Today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Peruvian Lomo Saltado. Wow, that's amazing. All right, let me show you guys exactly how. The first ingredient that I'm gonna be prepping is the potatoes. And if you're wondering if I'm actually gonna use all these potatoes, the answer is yes. And most of the dinners I actually make are for over 10 people, unless I'm cooking for just myself and my wife. But the reason why I cook such large meals is because my wife and I, our son, we live with her parents in their home right outside of Chicago, Illinois. And what we live in is actually called a multi-generational home, which is very uncommon in the United States, but it's pretty common in like Latino and Asian cultures. And so it's my wife's parents, all of my wife's siblings, us, our child. It's one big home. And one of the main reasons I actually learned how to make this recipe is because my wife's side of the family is Peruvian, and this recipe is a Peruvian classic. Another thing that you should know about this is that Peruvians are extremely particular about their potatoes. There's literally over 3,000 varieties of potatoes in Peru, so you do not want to mess with their potatoes. I learned the hard way because the first time I made this recipe and I made a video about it, I got roasted by an army of Peruvians because I used frozen French fries. I threw them into the oven and people lost their minds. Okay, now that I've finished cutting the potatoes, it's time to dump these all into our bowl and give them an ice bath. Next step, we're gonna let these soak for about 30 minutes and then we're gonna move on to our beef. I've got a few different pieces of tenderloin that I got from my butcher. Take these pieces and cut them up into small strips for our lomo saltado. If you don't know, lomo just means loin or tenderloin in English, and saltado means stir-fried. So this is stir-fried beef really in Peru. And I actually partially froze these pieces of filet in the freezer for about an hour after I brought them home because I wanted to slice them up into even cubes. If the meat was just at room temp or fridge temp, it would have been pretty hard to slice these into even sized cubes for our recipe. So we just do this to get nice and uniform pieces. And then once we have all of our filet cubed up, just like this, we're gonna spread it all across our board and I'm gonna season it up. How to quickly wash our hands, and then we're gonna season it up with a salt blend and some freshly cracked black pepper. Just gonna mix this all up, making sure the salt gets in every crevice, every corner, every side. Then once it's fully coated, like so, we're gonna place this all on a wire rack and into our fridge. Okay, next we are going to prep some vegetables. Okay, first we're gonna prep the tomatoes and cut these into wedges. And then once all of the wedges have been cut up, we're gonna use a spoon to take out all of the inside of the tomato so we're left with just pieces from the outer flesh. None of this stuff will actually go to waste. I'm gonna put it all in a bag and into my freezer. This will be good for soups, stews, salsas, pasta sauce, anything like that. Next, we're gonna cut up our red onions into the same shape that we cut the tomatoes in. Next, after cutting up our red onions, we're moving on to the star of the show. This is ají amarillo, which is the national pepper of Peru. Pretty cool because they have a nice heat to it, but it's also not overwhelmingly hot. And then it has like a slight fruity-like sweetness to it. So it's a nice, versatile ingredient for a recipe like this one. Then for the greens, the cilantro, we're just gonna finely mince this up, so I'm not gonna show you guys how that's done. But for the green onion, we're just quartering this, like literally 4 cuts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lastly, for our vegetable prep, we're gonna mince up some garlic. Also, a random thought that I just had while I was cooking this is that it's kind of weird because I'm from Chile. I lived there for about 7 or 8 years, and this is a Peruvian dish. And if you know anything about South American history, you'll know that Chile and Peru haven't always been the best of friends. So with my wife's side of the family being Peruvian, and I love cooking Peruvian food, it's just kind of ironic. Now that we're done with our vegetable prep, we're gonna go back to our fries, which have been soaking for over 30 minutes now. And then once all of our fries are laid out, we're gonna pat them very dry. We're gonna place them on a wire rack like this, and this is gonna go straight into the oven. And then we're gonna drizzle it with a little bit of tallow. This is actually my own brand that I made with my brother last year. It's grass-fed beef tallow. One of the reasons I made it was that I wanted to find a healthier way to eat fried foods like these fries. And this is going into the oven. For about 20 minutes, we're gonna take the fries out of the oven and then place them onto a separate pan and into the freezer. We're going to preheat our tallow in our deep fryer. Next, we're preheating our wok on high heat. First, about a teaspoon tallow into our ripping hot wok, and then we're gonna take about 1/3 of a pound of filet right onto the wok. And we're gonna quickly very quickly just cook this for about 2 minutes. Then once the beef is about 80% of the way cooked through, we're gonna pull it off from the heat. And then at this point, we're going to grab a handful of our fries and throw them straight into our oil at 375 degrees. And then right into the same pan, we're gonna add in a few onions and then quickly saute this. Then we're gonna add a touch of garlic, a little bit of our ají amarillo, add in soy sauce, white wine vinegar, and oyster sauce. Mix this all up, start to caramelize at this point, and then we're gonna add in our beef back in, a few pieces of tomato, and a few pieces of green onion. Bed of rice on the bottom, our fries right on top, then our Lomo Saltado mix, and then a touch of cilantro. Sorry for ending that video so abruptly. I was way too hungry and excited to eat that, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.